Alright, here we go with episode 45. We're going to turn our victory into prosperity. We took 5 islands out of the 6 we wanted from Zara here in Latium. We didn't get the one we wanted in Albion. We should be able to fix up a lot of our supply routes. I didn't realize it in time yesterday, but I actually, my stream quit in the middle of it. I tried taking Ancora from Zara and leaving it built because she was using it for the same purpose I wanted to, which was to make purple drink. The only problem is she just had crap everywhere and I couldn't get the population right. So I ended up destroying pretty much all of it and starting from scratch. This is where we're sitting now. There is an issue with this harbor where I can't build into part of it. So I was going to do a second row of the snail hatcheries here, but can't fit them in anywhere, so that sucks. And I don't know. Yeah, and it's not even the same spot. It depends on what you're doing, where it pops up. So there's no way around it. So we got a few more than what she had in there. And we got some of the purple drink makers, the dye works, and we got that starting to go up to Cinis. Because our shortfall of togas up here in Cinis is solely based off of not having enough purple drink. We are currently getting our purple drink all the way from down here, and I'm not sure. Well, you know, we did that research and we got a little bit more room. You know, we might be able to increase the amount of purple drink they're making, because it really just looks like it's not even the snails. We're maxed out on snails. They're just not making enough of the dye. So let's look at this scale here. As they're at, it's just slightly above.
There are signs
So,
of public unrest.
okay. You know, I'm not even messing with that over there. The only thing is we'd have to upgrade some of our population here. Let's see. We currently have 6 snaileries. If we could, well, we don't. 3. We did some research and we're able to expand out a little bit here. Can I squeeze in another one if I did a weird road? I don't know if these guys are all going to reach that warehouse. No. We don't have any marble. Alright. I don't want to do that right now. So there's 3 more. So we should be able to do 4 more of these guys. The dye makers.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Yeah, I know. We're going to upgrade people. Get your panties in a bunch, dude. And it's a pretty big number, actually. Kind of hoping that would balance out a little bit there. Alright, so that should be good. We should get some more purple dye coming out of here. What else are we making here is the garum. I thought we had a dedicated island to just garum. Wasn't that you? Did I scroll past it? There it is. Yeah, so they're making garum. They can't keep enough fish in there. So yeah, we're eventually going to have to go through each one of these islands and really figure out where the bottlenecks are and the efficiency on them. But I did get this island up and running. It is making some purple drink and sending it there. They too are making more snails than they are making dye. And that's because I was using the free people from the villa that you get, the free tier 3 guys. I don't want to go through the effort of getting these guys a bunch more goods just to get a little bit more dye out of it. Maybe we'll come back to that, maybe we won't. This island here was for, you know what? This random quest popped up that we need to build a prison. One of these is supposed to be not a prison, but a jail. What are you? There's a jail. Alright, we'll build you, because we already had you planned. Custodia, there we go. She's mad. She had me supposed to be delivering a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. Oh, we did get a new person, though. I still don't know what to do with all this land. But yeah, the goal is we're going to just go from island to island, figuring out what we could use it for. Some of them... Whoa. Yeah, let's build you, get you guys their food. I don't think I have the basic needs for some of these islands. And making them part of Cinis. As far as getting Cinis up to that. We're at 40,000 now. I feel like if we got all of our supply chains figured out, we would not have this issue. We didn't get the island in Latium, so we can't really make more beer. We pretty much maxed out our production there. A big thing we were working on was the oysters and caviar. 2 of the islands we took over, this one had 6 river slots. We put them all to oysters, and then we had another one down here that had 4, and those are all oysters as well. Problem is we didn't have boats. Those boats have arrived. One of them was supposed to be, there we go. So we can start getting the, from Faciendum, yeah, there we go. To Cinis, and that's going to be our sturgeon population. How much did it say it had? 87. It's a close trip. I don't think they're going to get over 50, so we're just going to leave it just 1 right there for now. Taking up 1 slot. We are going to need the ships for other islands, so we're going to go ahead and don't want to get rid of these troops, but we are going to encamp them all. Cuts down how much it costs me.
Simple serves best.
Smart thing would be to do put these next to anything because they have buffs when they're like this, but right now I just want them out of the way and I want the boats from them.
Future citizens unite.
I've got a bigger sling.
Cool story, bro.
Who are you calling a donkey?
Alright. Somebody's supposed to be there and got double tap. Alright, theater requires attention. We got to do some stuff to get our reputation up and our happiness. Well, I can't do both. Shoot. Our happiness is in the drain right now, so we can't be taking happiness hits. Oh man. We got something that's not gonna piss him off. There we go. I'll spend money to keep them happy. Because we're already, what, negative 600 with health is down the drain too. So looking at what our people here are struggling with is, like I said, the beer, can't do nothing about that, was the oysters with caviar. Part of that was our lack of sturgeon. Now we have 2 islands that are giving us 10 plus sturgeon. 10 tons a minute. I'm wondering if when that starts actually rolling in, if we can go through and delete the sturgeon we have here and turn that into gold. Because it already looks like it's trending up. We're not going to get rid of them just yet. We will wait and see if they max out, and then we'll take them out as we go. And then we are down caviar and the actual end product. So let's get a few more of these things up and running. These have no buffs, so they've just been going over here with the rest of our industry. I like to keep all this stuff together, so. And the goal will be that we can get ahead enough on a lot of these things that we don't have to worry about our next population boom. Just want to get everything maxed out, and then we can come back in an episode or two and hit that 50,000 goal, no problem. So we're going to start ignoring the sturgeon as far as the raw. We're just going to look at what our inventory is. What matters is if we're making enough caviar, and then how much of that is getting used with the oysters and caviar. So that does give us a health buff, which we need drastically. So we might actually nope, back one. Do we have any open city block? We got plenty of open city blocks now. Just this crap. Alright. This is where we'll move our big bubbas up here, moving forward, because they gave us at least another row worth of city blocks up here. So then we'll go back through and redecorate that later, some other time. That'll give us a place for one of these caviars and a health buff. And we should see if we can find another. Yeah. Gotta find a corner that doesn't already have a bunch of stuff. Alright. That's a great coverage area. Same thing. They're gonna come up here. Where's here? There it is. We'll get all these houses upgraded at a later time. Right now, it's just about functionality and getting these things what it needs to be, getting our health and everything fixed too. And this is a health and population buff, so if we get this stuff under wraps, this one thing's already given us quite a boost. So we're hitting big population areas. Alright, skipping that. Yep, they're good, and that is good. So we should be trending really good on that stuff. We are not getting oysters here. Those are getting imported. So let's check and see what our supply is like. Pretty crap. Pretty crap. Where are we getting our oysters from? That's a good question. System land something 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know. I'm not sure why he can't. And from you. So they are not keeping up, which is weird. So let's go check Sistrum. That's one of our other small islands. Yeah, they got. There's no reason why they can't make more. We might have to give them a little bit more population. They got making a ton of grapes, not so much on the honey. And then oysters, not so much. So we're gonna get some more oyster beds going. We can get at least 2 more on this side. And see, the same thing, like the harbor is showing that there's dead spots in it, and I just don't know why. So we're gonna stick it back as far as we can. We're gonna go negative in the population, but we'll build to what we need. See, like there's no reason for that not to fit. And that's something that the devs need to figure out. You know, actually we're gonna go right up to it to make sure they can reach it. Yeah, they can. Alright. We need more people here. Alright, festival can be hosted. Faciendum, there we go. Make some people there happy. Alright, population's up. We're going to see what these guys need. We're going to try to max out all this stuff. They are getting fish, they're getting porridge, no beer. Got all this stuff. It's looking good. What they don't have, though, and which is why we're going to go ahead and continue to build up this island a little bit, is we don't have the basic necessities, fire, police, medical, things like that. So once again, we're going to build ourselves into a hole real quick. Copy and paste us a couple city blocks, and then we'll make sure that they're still fed and clothed. And I think we might end up using this island a little bit more to get more of the honey. What I'd eventually like to do is all the stuff we're making on Cinis, even the basic stuff, we have enough land out here that there's no reason why we shouldn't be importing wheat, porridge, or at least the the beginning items, and we can make it there on the island and get those buffs. And that'll give us just that much more room to build on people. Still good on all the necessities. And we are positive on population. Alright, so that should be getting us some more oysters. A few of these other islands that we've taken and haven't developed yet also have oysters. At least one of them did. This one up here. And they got 3 beachheads, so we should be able to get a fair amount of oysters from here, if nowhere else. Yeah, that one's something I have to get some work. Alright. So back to Cinis. Are we getting enough of the oysters now? We'll see, because that's where our bottleneck is. Was those oysters. So we got that fixed. Sturgeon still going up. We're doing okay on gold, so I'm not too worried about that. But we have the raw gold. We're making plenty of gold bars. We're not making shit for jewelry. So that's another one that is... I don't know if that's population based, but it is something we're missing out on. Let's go down here and check. Yeah, that's just income and prestige, but nonetheless, we'll see if we can get it fixed. See how down we are on jewelry. Not much. So, Sleepy Pendleton, is Cinis bigger with the update? Yeah, you watching? Let me know in chat when you're looking, and I'll scroll around and show you the new areas. It's ridiculous. It really is. Let me know if you're there, Sleepy. Alright, so like just starting at the main harbor, like the main area, I'll go like counterclockwise around. So this whole area used to just stop around these mines right here, but they opened up this area, which is just absolutely massive, and it actually continues all the way around here. Where these farms stop right here, that's where the edge of the buildable area was. So like all this green space back up here, all that there. This was just a little narrow channel that just dead end up here, but they actually flattened it out, smoothed it around, and brought it all the way up here. So that's a ton more area too. Didn't do anything on this level. They pulled this out a little bit more, so you could probably get another, in the way that I build, another city block out. Yeah, and they extended it a little bit more on this side of the river as well. Right here where this flax ends, everything over here, that's all new. Like it was just a little cutout right there, but now it's got a pretty substantial area. And then same thing, wherever this tree line ends, that was the boundary, and they've expanded all that as well. Like this is just a small cutout that I was going to use for more farmland, and now it's huge. So that's everything they did to Cinis. Yeah, tons more space. The worst part is though they didn't add any new river slots or mountain slots, which sucks because a lot of my aqueducts are kind of at or near capacity. So, like, I might have to reconfigure how I'm going to get water to all these people, because some of them I got pretty long strands, or they're going to a lot of farms. So, yeah. And with them being up like this one, this whole upper area here, there's no way to get water to that. It's all uphill. So you got to use it for industry or something else that doesn't gonna benefit from the water. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It just sucks that it happened when I was so close to finishing the island out. I literally was gonna build out this island a little bit and then probably hit the 50,000 mark. But yeah. So I'm gonna keep working on it, and then I'll finish out the areas that I have planned. Go back and work on the areas like right here that were expanded, and then I'll figure out what to do with all this open land. I'm probably gonna have to spend an entire evening going through and just moving all these farms, backing them up into these open areas, so that way I can build more residential spaces here, because they gave us so much room that there's no reason not to use it, and see just how far the population you can get with it and keep it up and running. Circus Maximus, I've heard of that. I thought I saw one, but it didn't look much bigger than the amphitheater. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it was just the way it looked on the video. I was just a small little tidbit of it. Yeah. Maybe I just delete this whole plan for this island and I save this area for, future updates, and maybe I can put it there and it'll be centrally located. Because now with all the space that I have up here, there's no reason why I wouldn't just continue building up here and around here. I can move all these farms, build out this whole area, cut down all these trees, build out this whole area here, and probably hit the 50,000 without even touching this island. Double the size. So we'll grab it. We won't actually put it down anywhere. I could fit it on this island if it's only double. Just about any orientation too. So now that you mention that, I think I might do that. I might just scrap the idea of developing this island, and we'll leave it for that update. I don't know, when is that update, do you know? I've seen the videos, I just didn't pay attention to the timelines on it. Togas are still struggling. We ain't getting enough purple drink. Oh, we are getting purple drink. Are we not making enough togas? Like the actual toga makers? The supplies are there. Just barely. We need more togas. Oh, these ones I've been putting in the city because they have a what? An income buff? Yep, need that money. Trying to find a corner that doesn't have a bunch of crap on it already. Gotta make sure I get all those trees. We're just planting everything up here. Alright. Get us a new toga maker here. Let's see if there's another spot where I'd prefer to put it somewhere where I have a higher revenue margin. Next month? Okay, well, I only do hour streams on this, so I'm not sure that I'll I'll be done with this by that time, so maybe I'll just hold off on developing that island and hope to do something cool with it. Hippodrome is August 2026. Okay, yeah, I'm down. Alright, so new game plan. Do nothing with this island and hope that I get to build something really cool on it after the update. And I'll just use all this newfound land that they claim that the earthquakes and the volcano cleared for us, which is odd. Odd twist on the story. I don't know why they had to just say you did something different because you fucked up the original, but whatever. Oh, where was that? Alright, let's get us another toga. Yep. Get us some money. Yeah, we're up over 10,000 a minute now, so that's good. Happiness is starting to come back. Health is still in the drink. Alright, let's see what else these people want that they're not getting enough of. Beer's still struggling. And then the oysters with caviar. It's got to be we're not getting the oysters. We're just not getting enough of them. Nope, they're there. It probably just dropped them off. No, I don't know. Because it says we are above. So long as it has the raw goods, it should be making it. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, the potential is still less than it, so I'm not sure. We are going to start burning through our gold bars. Whose gold bars? Your gold bars? Alright, I'm going to get rid of some of these sturgeons. They're the ones with the big old sticks out, right? Alright, you're a gold washer. Alright, let's see how that works on our stats. Gold bringing in is still not enough. I'm hoping I don't regret putting all these in here and get rid of the sturgeon. I'm hoping those islands, which were a huge part of why we went to war with Zara to get those islands, hopefully that's enough. Come on, where is it? Alright. It's pretty darn close. And we have some gold being brought in from other islands. So we're going to call that good for now. Gold jewelry. That's covered. We're waiting on the oysters with caviar to catch up. All the buildings are built. All these basic needs. We didn't get the island, so we didn't get the copper, so we can make cloaks, which is a huge bummer. That would have been a +2 population boost. Alright, statuettes are going to be easy. I know we have the material, we're just not making enough of them. So statuettes and writing tablets are our next headaches. These actually have a negative health, so that's why I tend to keep them away from the residential areas. Now that we have obsidian again. Alright, we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. That'll put us in the green for those. And then writing tablets. It says we should be good, but obviously we're not. We're borderline. So that might be what goods we have coming in to make it, which will be the honeycomb. We got tons of it. And we do have some wood, but it's really not that much. Let's see if any of our new islands recently liberated have any Sandarak wood, and we can make use of these islands for something. Alright, this island is ugly because I just threw it up there, but we do have... We're just going to go ahead and plan it for all the way down there. What can we make them do? Nope, wrong button. So we're going to throw out a couple of these. Get them a warehouse, a warehouse. We'll keep it closer to the water. Sleepy, you still there? Curious, are you working on the getting to 50,000, or you just like playing and not messing with any of the accolades? Come on. Alright. You know what? We'll throw a third one, or sixth one for good measure. Alright. Oh, what are you actually doing? What am I getting? Oh, you know what? I had these mines. So I was doing... This island did have a purpose. We're going to go ahead and adjust your purpose. And we're going to add some Sandarak wood to it. Given proximity, it probably won't break 50 each time. There we go. Alright, so now our cloth is starting to go down. Purple drink's staying. It's hanging in there for now. Yeah, wood is the main issue. Alright, let's go ahead and check and see anywhere else I'm bringing wood from. So from down there. I got 2 ships bringing wood from there. They have enough. These ships are just maxed out. We just gotta... We already have 2 ships from that one island bringing over wood, and it still can't keep up. So, yeah, probably better we just break into some of these other islands. Fasciendum does not have religion. Can we... We're really using it just for the fish. And there's nothing specifically for the fish that's going to help us. Is there any of the global things that we're getting close to or that we should look into? So we have these 2 maxed out. You only get, I think you only get one of these, whichever one's the furthest along, which is always going to be Cinis, so it's always going to be Vulcan. But we can get some of these other things that are going to give us some perks. Grant prestige, additional belief. Gold mines. Okay, Mercury. We might be able to start using some of these unused islands for some more gold mines. So let's go with the Mercury since this one doesn't really matter for anything. Trade, passive trade is more profitable. Extra prestige. Alright. There's not much for population here on this island, but it does have something. What's going on, Pixie? Alright. We already got the oysters we can from you. Wrong button. Man, I really wish they'd fix that. Such a waste. Well, we got more beachhead. Alright. Beer's already tanking. Beer and brooches. So our main island in Latium or in Albion's having issues. So we fixed this. We got more wood coming in. We're still going to build another one of these so when that wood does come. Trying to see if there's a decent spot. Or we don't have a bunch of crap already. Where was that from? Alright. So when that wood starts making its way over here, that should be good. You already got one up there. Could I fit one if I delete those trees? Nope. Yeah, for the sake of just getting another one planted, we might just throw it down. Nah, that's gonna look ugly. It's not gonna let me do it. Thanks. I do try to do a fair amount of beautification. A lot of it's just throwing trees around the edges, but I did get the new flower pack thing and, you know, tried to do little odds and ends like this. You know, just break up all the concrete roads and concrete buildings and flowers and statues and little pops of color here and there. I never bought the mosaic pack, but I should. That way I can do the rest of those. Well, we just moved a bunch of buildings and it was for a purpose. There it is. Got sidetracked talking. I don't have the attention span for that. What's up, Trey? Alright, let's check and see if any of these things have started to balance out from our new stuff. Alright, looks like oysters with caviar back. Our new oyster lines are coming in. Brooches, there's nothing I can do unless we go to Albion to look at that. So where's that put us? 41.5. We are still down people. We should be at least at 42,000 with all that stuff. So let's take a gander at Albion. Yeah, it's because I stream from Xbox and it's got to go online and then come back. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. I did get a new computer, so I want to switch over to OBS. I've just yet to go through and do that whole process. One of these days I'll sit there and go through and get it all set up. Alright. I don't know why I don't have enough people. I used to have enough people. Oh no. Looks like I've used just about all the free people I could use from statues or shrines. Might actually just have to make some new people. So that appears to be the issue with our... So we're still making a ton of cheese. Boatloads of beer. Why is... No. So that island might just be getting too big. We might have to add some extra ships coming out here to bring goods out. Because the goods are here, it's taken too long to get from here to Latium. Like that's like a 10-minute just in open water. So that's the brooches. Cheese is maxed out because it's not coming out. Why are you paused? What are you? I just had a tunic maker just sitting here chilled, paused for God knows how long. Alright. Yep, I think that's... Until we get the... We need more islands for beer, so we're just going to have to do everything we can without the beer or the cloaks. If we start doing loungers, that will give us a population increase. What about glass? No. So I'm just looking at things that are going to give us population. So loungers are the only thing that I'm not making that I can make. And the reason why I wasn't doing that is because for some reason I cannot make enough purple dye to save my life. So let's look and see, are we at least... So yeah, that's why I'm not doing loungers. Because the amount of purple dye that I would need to make for that, and I don't think any of my new unused islands have the capability. I think all of them are already... What the heck happened here? No, nothing sick, nobody's mad. Shrines. Quick and easy fix every time. Population goes down, health goes down, just throw a couple of these guys. What are they not getting? I didn't build anything for these dudes. Or ship it in. Alright, we're not giving them beer. Bread would be an easy one. And we already have a trade for this one. Ah, crap, I don't even remember what... Crook and fillet. I hate these names. Oh, the shrines? Yeah, they're clutch to have. Or we're gonna give Cinis is gonna start giving these guys. It's a short trip, so we do 2 tons of bread. That should up that second class tier people as far as population goes pretty easy. So yeah, a lot of people don't mess with the religion screen, but it really matters. I'll pull it up for you real quick. Obviously, there's all the little things you get on each island for. Let me go to like Cinis, because it's huge. The toggle effects, like you get something for every one of these wickets you hit. You can put more shrines down, productivity goes up. But on the global scale, when you right tab over, like you got to get 1,000 for each one of these guys. It unlocks their shrine, and they all give you something specific to that deity, and that's super important. You get it up to like the 4,000 right here, and these effects, I believe, are for everyone. So I think I'm gonna start working on the Mercury one. So some of these islands that I can't get a buff that I need, then I'm just gonna throw him in there to get that up. And I think this end one over here is only for whichever your strongest one is. So even if I were to get somebody else up to the 7,000 mark, so this one's kind of like flashing, you only get whichever the strongest is in that one. So in this case, it's Vulcan's. I would way rather have Ceres, because she makes all of the storage 300 tons more. Which would be really awesome for when you go into those volcanic winters. You'd have that much more storage if you had everything maxed out. A lot less likely to starve your population out. But I'm way too far in Cinis to swap over and switch him out of there. The second lady, Epona. Yeah, that's would also. I used to think you could do all of them maxed out, but it doesn't actually give you anything. It's only whoever the top, I think the exalted patron. That's the only one that actually gives it to you. So I was super bummed to figure that out the hard way. What island is this for? Elysium. So this one, I'm going to go with this one. I don't really care about the belief stat, but pass or fail, it's +5 with the Emperor, and since I'm coming off a war, I need him to not hate me right now. So I'm going to do whatever I can to appease him so we can get back up close to 100. He still hates me enough that I think I can maybe get Voada. I'm just going to keep throwing money at Voada. We have plenty. There's no reason not to. I would like to get that accolade done. Cinis? Who be that? Let's look. So we got Ceres, we got Epona, Minerva. Yeah, those are the 3 female deities. Ceres is good. She's the one that does all the stuff if you're doing like a lot of farmland, like especially for things like the wheat and all that. That's a good one. I still have a few islands that I haven't given deities to yet. Let me go look at those. Ancora. The big one for Ancora that we're using this island for is for the snails. So let's see. I don't think there's any specific to snails. So I think I'm just going to go again with Mercury on this one. I forget what he has that I want to get. The ability to construct gold mines. So some of these islands we could start doing gold on that doesn't have gold. And yeah, Ceres. Ceres is my go-to. She's the #1 deity to have. The only reason why I went with Vulcan on this one is because I was chasing the accolades in the game. So I'm not sure where am I at. So for the new one, still have to make a lot more statuettes and board games. I haven't hired anybody from Eris Morn. I know that's not her name. I call her Eris Morn. She looks like the chick from Destiny. It's a pure ripoff. And I gotta get that 50,000 population. So that's the last 3 I got there. I've gotten a lot of these other ones. Some of them just a few odds and ends. I don't do contracts. That one's going to be the last one I do. I don't do contracts, and I rarely ever actually pay attention to doing any of these quest lines from any of the other governors. So someday I'll sit down and actually pay attention to that. Most of these I have done, and I've gotten most of the things I want from the Hall of Fame. Yeah, you got to do these. People forget about this all the time. Like, this is free good stuff. Like this one right here, the Roman Material Pack. You start off with 50 wood, 40 tiles, and 30 concrete. You're starting a new island at the beginning of the game. Having that on there that's crucial. You know, and there's a whole bunch of things like that. You know, boost for farms from the aqueducts. You get that without having to do anything. So yeah, there's a lot of buffs in here that people miss out on that would make their game faster and way more enjoyable. You know, it's might be more fun to watch people struggle, but some of those things really matter. Could really help out. All right, we got to get back to developing some of these islands, making them useful. This one's literally just making sturgeon. Alright, this was Ancora. This is the one that we were really focusing on yesterday. A lot of my conquered islands, I never went back and put up any sort of defenses. So we need to get some weapons and plenty more concrete and tile here, so I can start building up. I gotta get these islands defended, especially from old Nerf here. His naval power is right there on 100,000, almost double mine. I have nothing left of my army from my last war, so if I'm going to survive, I need to make sure that my islands can do it self-sufficiently. Because I got a fair amount of ships floating around, but we got 9 there. Yep, you got an extra one, so we'll go ahead and... I like my little fleets of 10. 10 more there. So we got 30 warships stationed here in Latium. I think only like 15, 20 over in Albion. I guess that is something else I could use a lot of these smaller islands for. Throw a shipyard on them and try to just max out their population and get some more ships. But we're going to need weapons for towers and a lot more concrete and tiles. Maybe not. Upgrade these roads so that way all of our city services can get around. But oh, nope, ran out of gold, ran out of concrete. There we go. The ones that matter have it now. Yeah.
Waiting for your decree.
And we will bring over some more tiles for future development of that island. What's going on, Petite? Yeah, I personally love this game. I played a lot of Anno 1800 when it was free on the Game Pass for Xbox, and I've been pretty hooked ever since. And then when this one came out, I started playing it immediately. What island are we working on? There we go. I'm pretty good. How about you? I definitely should go back and start putting defenses on these other islands, especially critical ones like My soap. I know that sounds weird to say it's critical, but that is one of the ones that dictates your health and happiness. And I personally don't like having to deal with all of the major incidents. So yeah, to me, things like that are critical. We don't have much extra population here to build up towers. We got plenty of concrete though. Yeah. I don't do so much on the computers, but I do troubleshooting with electronics. So yeah, sometimes just trying to comprehend what it's doing and why it's doing it can be very taxing and tiring. You know, people used to think we just sat around and did nothing all day. I was like, no, you know, theory of operations and reading, unfortunately, is a big part of figuring out what's wrong with some of these complex electrical systems. Do I got an extra ship somewhere? Yeah. We're going to start stealing all these extra supplies we're not using on Cinis because we're not building right now. We're going to use them to build up our other islands. Have we got any of our goods to the other islands? Alright, well that's a new record, 43,100. We're getting a lot of these supply chains figured out with all of our new islands. Going back and trying to make these islands a little bit more secure and profitable. I'm not trying to waste too much money on all these things. With the fact that we have 10 smaller islands surrounding Cinis now, I can't have them bleeding our money. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, this is, have you played the DLC yet? This is the new island, Cinis. It's the largest one they've ever put out, and they actually just did a update on it like a day or two ago, where they gave us even more land. So I started in this main body right here, and I started working my way up and around the mountain. And it twists back up here. You could actually, at least on console, you could do this cool postcard view. So I like to get up here on top of the mountain and take a look at it right there. So I got my whole main city center down there, and then off here to the left we have the my industrial area where all my farms and all that such is. All the farms, plantations, all the industry buildings. Alright, pay for the festivals. Alright, we got a little bit of time left in those games. What's her name? Cecilia? What? The island is Cinis. Is that what her real name is over here? Yeah. I call her Eris Morn because she's obviously a ripoff from Destiny, if you ever played Destiny. Yeah. She's got a real name, but I just refer to her as Eris. She even talks creepy and cryptic like she does in Destiny, so... Wasn't a very original character, but now that Destiny 2 is officially dead, thank you Sony, you know, she still lives on in this game. Alright. How'd you never... What? So wait, you're part computer nerd and you don't play Destiny? That doesn't make sense. That's not tracking, I'm sorry. That was one of the greatest games ever. Alright. I'm going to build us into the negative with population, and then we will catch up with the population. Wow, 64, that... Okay, maybe I'm not. That's a bit excessive. I thought we were going to just be in the hole a little bit. Yeah, 16, okay, that's manageable. Just make sure that's not because they're not getting goods. They're getting all their goods. We'll try the... Oh man, I already cheated and did that once. Alright. Don't want to put in too many, just enough to stabilize the island. They got their defenses now. Put our gopher boats back up here so I don't lose track of them. Alright, this island will be good. They're doing their job now. They have their defenses, they're making purple drink, they're supplying Cinis. Yeah, I grew up definitely playing all the Sims. Switched over to Anno. Never played Victoria. I like the games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Destiny purely for the even Battlefield for the multiplayer aspect. So like when all the guys get on the weekend and all the banter and the BS and the talking, that's really what I play those games. But like right now, nobody's on, and that's why I'm sitting here playing this game. The streaming and everything for it. Games like this are just good. You could sit here for hours mindlessly, just zone in and fine tweak things like just the layout of your towns and supply routes and all that stuff. And yeah, you can drop down a hole playing this game. I never cared for Albion. Yeah, I don't like Albion. I don't like the switch between the Celtic and the Roman citizens. And yeah, like it's a huge pain in the butt. You're just sitting there trying to make one thing, but you need all these different, yeah. But they had to do something different. They just couldn't give us 1800 with a different face on it, which is what a lot of Anno games feel like they're doing. So they had to try something different. So I get it. Just not really my cup of tea. Yeah, being able to get in there. Well, and if you play on computer, apparently you could even be a person and walk around your city. I mean, I guess I can kind of do that if I go into postcard view. Just it's a little bit more difficult to manipulate with the controller, I would think, than the mouse and keyboard. But it does look really good. Like the details they put into everything. Like you hardly ever get up this close and look at them, but when you do, it's like, man, they did a really good job on this. Just need to get my supplies over here so I can build up the rest of these islands. Yeah, Albion needs a lot more, and I was really disappointed with the DLC. Like, I like Cinis, and that's awesome and everything, but I thought it was going to be a new region. I didn't think they were just going to expand Latium by, a lot of pixels. But now that I've actually gotten to really work on Cinis and build this up, like, it's actually been pretty fun. But yeah, I would like to see a third region. Produce the items of Albion and Latin. Well, that'd be nice. Alright, well, I've enjoyed talking to you guys. I really do appreciate everybody stopping in and having a chat with me, checking out the island and everything. But that is the end of my stream. Small recap is we took over 5 islands from Zara yesterday. And today we started putting those islands to good use. We got a lot more goods going into Cinis, so our supply routes are more secure. So that way we can start expanding into some of these new areas. I think I want to start over here. This area right here alone might hit that 50,000 mark. So tomorrow I think I might do some city planning, figure out how we're going to get enough water over there, enough of the goods. We still have a mountain slot here. I was kind of saving that for goods. So we'll get in here and we'll figure out how we're going to build this up tomorrow, and then maybe on what is today? Maybe on Sunday we can see if we can hit that 50,000 mark. It's been a pleasure. All my videos are on YouTube. So if you get a chance, stop by, check them out, drop me a like, follow, subscribe. It's all greatly appreciated. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.